find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. A carry there for Mostert as he's able to work his way forward for a pretty good pickup on first down. Officially a gain of 5. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Lance. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. Well, certainly not how it... Start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away. Quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Badgley's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-0.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the 45 on second down. Mond. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Mond going to throw it. He's going to let this thing go deep for Caldwell. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it first and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Throwing now is Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. Lance going to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Off the play fake, Mond. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Mon. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. But they go play action here. Mon. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Mon looks to throw. Flush to his right. He's got Smith here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half. But that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think he got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun. He's got the hook up here to Caldwell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Mon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's completed to Caldwell.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, here's Mon. Buying time to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
A final shot before half for Lance. Rolling to his right. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. He's got a man, complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mond. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Once again, it's Mostert. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now, the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Getting the ball is Cook, running left.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Mon now off of play action. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On play action, Lance. And a throw right sideline is complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Lance. And swung out to Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Mostert. And some room to roam now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On 1st down, here's Mon. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Mon looks to throw on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A good position to be in here, second and inches. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his third pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now a run with Cook. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Caldwell. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And on third and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mond, a quick throw complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Cook turned away on 4th and goal. And his 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Throwing on first down is Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Now Lance again. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Home in here, Caldwell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mon. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights. 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because You look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Niners, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll head